So this is going to be lesson 2 in our solving equations unit. It's going to be on multi-step word problems, and the homework for this lesson is going to be pages 4 to 6. The warm-up for this lesson is going to be 3 distribution problems that I have here on the board. So if you want to pause it and solve these real quick, like I said, you're just going to distribute like we did in our first lesson. So starting with our first one, I want to distribute my 2 inside my parentheses. I'm going to do 2 times 6 is 12, and 2 times negative x, always remember that sign, is going to be minus 2x. Now my next one, I'll have 4, distribute that inside, so I have 4 times x is 4x, and 4 times 2 is going to be positive 8. And now for my last one, it's really important that you remember to take the whole negative 3 and distribute it inside. So I have negative 3 times y, which will be negative 3y. And negative 3 times, again, watch the sign. This is going to be a negative 2. So negative 3 times negative 2 will be a positive 6. So, for the lesson, if you want to open your notes to page 4, it'll say multi-step word problems. We're going to be writing equations for the problem and then solving them. So nothing new, we've done these before, but it's just going to be a little bit of a review. So starting with example 1, it says you have $16 in a coupon for a $5 discount at a local supermarket, and a bottle of olive oil costs $7. How many bottles of olive oil could you buy? So when we're doing word problems and writing equations, we always want to define a variable first, what we're looking for. So in this case, we're looking for how many bottles of olive oil you could buy. So I'm going to actually say let B equal bottles of olive oil. Okay. So, to get started on my equation, if I look back, it says a bottle of olive oil costs $7, and we just labeled B as our bottles of olive oil. So, can't we put 7B or 7 times B, because 7 is the cost per bottle? And then it says that we have $16 and a $5 coupon. Can we just add that together? So that's going to be our total amount of money that we have. But since we're trying to figure out how many bottles we can buy that are each $7, we're going to set them equal to each other. Okay. And then we can solve for B. So if I combine these, I'm going to have 21 on this side. I'm going to bring my 7B down. And then all I have to do is solve for B by dividing by 7 on both sides. And I'll have B equals 3. And we said that B stands for bottles of olive oil. So we know we can buy 3 bottles of olive oil. So, our next example. It says Sylvia wants to buy some CDs that each cost $14 and a DVD that costs $23. She has $65 to spend. How many CDs can Sylvia buy? Again, we want to always start out with defining a variable first, what we're solving for. So in this case, we're looking for how many CDs she can buy. I'm going to say let C equal CDs. So, starting out, it says that each CD costs $14. So we can put 14C, right? 14 times C. Then it tells us that a DVD costs $23. So if she buys a DVD, that's going to be another 23. We're adding 23. And then she has a total of 65 to spend. So she can spend up to that 65, equal that 65. Right? So now we can just solve for C. We can subtract 23 from both sides. get 14C equals 42. And then we just have to divide by 14 on both sides. And we will get C equals 3. And up here we defined our C as CDs. So Sylvia can buy 3 CDs. All right, if you flip the page and look at number 3. Martha takes her niece and nephew to a concert. She buys a t-shirt and a bumper sticker for each of them. The bumper stickers cost $1 each. Martha's niece wants 1 shirt and 4 bumper stickers, and her nephew wants 2 shirts but no bumper stickers. If Martha's total is $67, what is the cost of 1 shirt? So we have to define our variable. We're looking for the cost of 1 shirt. So I'm going to say let S equal cost of shirt. So if we look back, it says her niece wants 1 shirt and her nephew wants 2. So there's going to be 3 shirts total, right? But we don't know the cost of them. So we're going to say 3S, right? 3 times the cost of the shirt. Then it says that her niece also wants 4 bumper stickers. And up here it tells us that each bumper sticker costs $1. So if we want 4, it's just going to be $4. And it says that her total was $67. So we know that it has to add up to $67. So now that we have our equation, we can solve for the cost of the shirt. I can subtract 4 from each side, and I will get 3S equals 63. I can divide by 3 on both sides, and I'll get S equals 21. And we defined our S as the cost of a shirt. So 1 shirt costs $21. All right, so there are 3 more examples if you want to work on those. But if not, your homework tonight, like I said, is going to be pages 4 through 6.